So, this fanfiction idea was voted on over on my Patreon, and if you guys are want to be part of those Patreon polls, as well as check out episode reviews of Alien Earth and theatrical movie reviews, just hit the link in the description below. Head on over to my Patreon, hit the first tier that allow you access to do so. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot of like horror fanfiction ideas polls, mostly because it is spooky season and all that. So I thought it would be kind of fun to. There is another one, and I think I might, if I have time, I might be able to do it today. But yeah, so this one kind of won by a landslide when I posted this one. As you can see, it is a Randy Cunningham Scream crossover. So yeah, let's get into it. So the story begins at the Wienerman house late one Saturday night, and Howard's downstairs just playing video games, and Heidi is upstairs making popcorn and things like that, just ready to get to watch a horror movie marathon. This is Halloween and all, so she's getting ready to watch like some scary movies, just kind of enjoy her night by herself, when the phone rings, and she hears the phone go off, and she's like, hello, and is like, hello, who is this? And she's like, I think you have the wrong number. I'm sorry, I think I do. And she's like, no worries, hang ups. And 10 minutes later, she gets another phone call. And she's like, I think you have the wrong number. And the voice goes, I don't think I do, Heidi. So you're getting ready to watch a scary movie? And she's like, how do you know that? He's like, the voice goes, because I can see, you're in you in your living room. So immediately Heidi panics, and she's like, Howard, I swear to God, if this is like some kind of joke. And he's like, oh, it's not Howard, And don't go running to your brother either. We're going to have a game. We're going to play some games for a second. Since you like horror movies, Heidi, what's your favorite scary movie? Come on, I want an answer. And Heidi's like trying to, she's panicking and all that. And in the midst of it, Howard's already like eaten himself into a food coma and whatnot, and he's already fast asleep, and Heidi's like freaking out. She's trying to like lock all the doors, trying to keep whoever is out there from coming into the house. So she's already like worried enough as it is. But the voice keeps going like, you didn't answer my question. And she goes, my favorite horror movie is Halloween. And he goes, Halloween, solid classic. Tell you what, I'm going to ask you some questions, and you can if you answer all of them, you can live. Don't hang up the phone either, or your life expectancy might go down even further. So Heidi agrees to play the questions, and he's like, so who was the survivor in the first movie? And she goes, Laurie Strode. And he goes, correct. You're good at this. Who was, and then he goes into more obscure questions and things like that. And Heidi eventually gets the question wrong. And she's like, I said the name of the actor who played Michael, Nick Castle. And he said, from part 4? I don't think so. So, because she was looking up the answers on her phone. So Heidi's like freaked out. She's going to run to get Howard. But that's when someone's knocking on the door. And she's like, who is it? No answer. There's another knock. Heidi is starting to get worried. So she slowly approaches. And she grabs like a baseball bat. She throws it open. No one's there. And she's like, turns around. That's when the Ghostface killer shows up and just immediately tries to attack her, chasing her around the house. Actually gets a few good stabs in. But of course, Howard's awoken by the screams and whatnot, comes running in, and he's like, holy crap, sees Ghostface like stabbing his sister, grabs the bat and like tries to whack at the guy, but Ghostface takes off into the night. So Howard immediately calls 911. She's rushed to the hospital and lives, but she's forced to stay there. So next day, it's all anyone could talk about, because one of the most popular girls in high school was not only attacked at Norrisville High in her own home, but not only that, she was attacked by Ghostface, a killer from all the way in California. So, of course, Randy's like, this is kind of freaky stuff right here, man. Like, this is some freaky shit. And Howard's like, dude, guy came into my house dressed as a serial killer from California, and all you could say is freaky shit. And he's like, yeah, I'm used to fighting monsters and whatnot, not actual like attempted serial killers and things like that. And Howard's like, dude, you gotta find this guy. And he's like, yeah, but I'm the ninja. I don't really, do that. And he's like, well, you do it now, Cunningham. And Randy agrees because he's like, yeah, if I can't protect my city from even a guy in a ghost face mask, what can I do? And besides, he knows enough about the ghost face killings from podcasts, because obviously there would be crime podcasts out there of the ghost face killings. So Randy's like, all right, I can. It's a guy in a ghost face mask. I can figure this out, but where to find it? So, of course, he doesn't really have any leads or whatever, but thankfully, someone does show up in Norrisville. That someone is Gale Weathers, and she's reporting live. She wants to talk to the Wienerman family, and the mom punches her because, of course, someone's got to punch Gale. So after that, Gale's in her apartment, kind of like nursing the jaw she had hurt, and that's when she hears a knock at the window. She, of course, grabs a gun, pulls it open. Randy's like he's all in ninja gear and whatnot. And immediately Gale's about to shoot, but like, whoa, 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 whoa. Easy. Good guy. I'm the ninja. You've probably heard of me. And she's like, yeah, you're a superhero. Sorry. I don't, I'm not used to, every time I meet a guy in a mask, it usually doesn't end well. And he's like, I can understand that. So Randy basically asks, look, that girl was a friend of mine, and I need everything you know about the Ghostface killings, the Ghostface killers. So Gale goes through all the stuff she had, even going all the way up to Scream 6, where she's just kind of like talking like, hey, this stuff is the stuff that happens is not natural. Like everything that has happened, it's only happened in like certain places. The furthest we got was New York. So I get this could be another copycat killer, but we have to figure out what the motive is. There's always a motive when it comes to the Ghostface killers. So yeah. So that later that night, another member of Norrisville High gets attacked, and this one's a murder because this is one of Butch's friends, Mick, and he gets just stabbed to death in his garage while he's working out. The killer, Ghostface, holds the weight down and just starts like pulling the knife up his stomach. And now everyone's freaked out. Like all of Norrisville is freaked out because now there's a Ghostface copycat killer in Norrisville taking lives, things like that. And Debbie Kang, amongst all this, is like investigating herself because she heard Gale Weathers is in town, and she's like, oh my gosh, Gale Weathers is like a hero of mine. I need to talk to her. But right now, Gale's kind of working with Randy as the ninja. And they're kind of like trading notes, and he's like, okay, you said there's like a motive for these killings. Would you happen to know what kind of motives those are? And she's like, I might have like a vague idea as to what those what these murders might be, but like there's always some kind of motive. So again, Randy's out patrolling. He's obviously like they're attacking classmates, but which ones? So he's kind of staying close to where these kids would be. And he's also kind of makes a correlation that like maybe the killer is attacking more popular kids. Could be that. Who knows? But that night, that's when Bucky gets attacked by Ghostface in his house. That fortunately Randy was there. Randy and Ghostface encounter each other, and he's like, I gotta say, I was kind of hoping like my first horror villain fight would be like with Michael or Jason, but you can do Ghostface. And he's like, you might want to drop the knife now. You're just a dude with a knife. I'm a guy with a sword and other stuff. And at last I checked, guys with swords and other stuff usually win out in terms of combat. But Ghostface is just like, I'm not like your typical I'm not the typical Ghostface. So the two get into a fight, and Randy instantly realizes, oh shit, this guy's actually really good. He's actually like a really solid fighter. So as they're like, trading, they're going blow for blow. Randy actually gets cut and the suit actually like gets cut through it. And he's like, what? Ghostface takes off. Randy proceeds to chase after him, but he quickly sees that like as they're chasing from rooftop to rooftop, this Ghostface is booking it. And he's like, yeah, this guy ain't your typical ghost face. So he talks to Gale again, and he's like, whoever this is, isn't some like um, Joe Schmo with a knife and a mask. This guy could keep up with me in a fight, and I don't know what it is, but the knife cut my suit. And she goes, Gail's like, okay, so it cut your suit. And he's like, no, you don't understand. This suit has taken punches from robots and hasn't been ripped. This suit got cut by the knife. Come to think of it, it was a weird knife, too. So he goes to talk to S. Ward Smith, and he explains, like, hey, this ghost face I encountered had a weird-looking knife, and it cut my suit. And he's like, there should be no weapon, no mortal weapon that could cut the ninja's suit. And he's like, so if it's not a mortal weapon, then what the hell is a ghost face doing with an immortal weapon? And it's starting to slowly click for Randy that, like, this isn't the ghost face killer was right. This isn't a normal ghost face. So, in the midst of all of this, Bash decides to announces he's throwing a massive pool party at his house for the weekend because his parents are going to be gone on a business trip. And Randy's like, oh, that's a horrible idea, but it could be the closest I get to the killer. So Randy sneaks in as Randy, and he's kind of just, perusing around, making sure everything's safe, keeping a close eye on everyone around him as, like, the night continues. As the festivities continue, there is a lot of, like, chatter and talk of, like, who the Ghostface killer is. There's like a fear in the air because everyone knows from podcasts and stories of, like, the Ghostface killer was always a young man or someone in school or something. So so everyone's kind of, like, on edge but trying to enjoy the party. And amidst all this, Bash gets separated. He gets a phone call and he's like, "Yo, what up, Mick? Oh crap, Mick's dead. Who are you?" And he goes, "The one person who's been wanting to get to you, Bash. I've been waiting for a while to for you to be so stupid that you thought a party with everyone here, including me, would be the best idea." And he goes, "Oh no, I fell into a horror trap. I hate that." And Ghostface is just like, "Well, don't worry. You won't worry about it for so long." Ghostface comes flying in. Thankfully, Ninja, like, throws his scarf, grabs the wrist with the knife, and he's just like, "Bash, you might want to run." "Why? This is going to be great on YouTube." "Bash, run." "Okay, you got it, Ninja." So Ninja's like, "All right, I don't know who you are, but you better start talking. You got training, and where'd you get that knife?" And Ghostface is just like, "Oh, Ninja. I'm a little disappointed." And he's like, "What? That you're a good fighter and all that?" He's like, "That's true, but don't you know anything from those podcasts? There's more than one Ghostface." And sure enough, a second one comes in, stabs him in the side. Randy lets go. He gets stabbed again, and they just start trying to murk Randy. So he's in the midst of just getting his ass beat in the middle of a fight with two well-trained Ghostface killers. And they immediately just start cutting and stabbing at him. He's trying to keep up, and he's like, "These guys are too well trained. I have got to take them down now." So Randy just unleashes a ninja fireball, a Tengu fireball at one of them, burns the suit, and makes him, like, throw off the costume and takes off the mask. And it's Bucky. And he's like, "Bucky? You're one of the Ghostface killers? But that means, like, you were attacked by by Ghostface. I saved you." And the other one goes, "Yeah, it was a good way to draw you out, Ninja." Pulls off the mask. It's Flute Girl. And he's like, "Flute Girl? I have a name. It's Abigail. You never understood that. None of you understand us. We always get picked on. We always get downtrodden by everyone else." And he's like, "Heidi didn't do anything to you." "Yeah, but Heidi always praised the popular kids, never for our achievements. But thankfully, we found someone who could help us get revenge on everyone." And they're like, "Who?" He's like, "The same people who gave us our training and our knives. The one who's been watching you." And he's like, "What? What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Spoilers." So they immediately try to attack him again. And that's when, like, a bullet comes in, shoots Bucky. He's like, "Oh, God, I didn't know guns hurt like that." And while Flute Girl's distracted, Randy just knocks her out, They both get arrested, and that's when it's revealed Gale was the one who shoots Bucky. And she's like, I kind of, like, from past experience, I knew that, like, a party would draw in Ghostface, so I knew this was going to happen. So, by the end of it, Randy's trying to figure out, like, someone trained them. Someone, like, someone who has access to mystical weapons and training, but I don't know who. Well, I guess, and he's talking to Howard about all this. He's like, Cunningham, that's a story for another time. Let's just enjoy the rest of the party. And sure enough, there's the creep in the background, like, and just sneaks away, kind of giving you the answer. So there you go, guys. That is the Randy Cunningham Scream crossover. I want to thank everyone who voted on this. This was a lot of fun to do. And yeah, you guys tell me what you guys thought of it. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed it. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.